Welcome back to the CryptoFather channel. Today is the 18th of June, and once again we're seeing a retracement. Like I said yesterday and over the past couple of days or few days, where Bitcoin is stalling, we're moving sideways and there's panic, and the articles are funny to read by now because it's always panic-stricken response to, oh my goodness, Trump is doing something again, and the markets are reacting. We've been seeing the same pattern for the past, I don't know how many days, and it's always the same thing. And forgive the light situation today. One of my lights died right before the recording, and so I'm in a mysterious kind of position with the darker side of the moon on one side. In any case, we're gonna have a look at the market caps and then at the Bitcoin charts, and then talk about JPMorgan and the tokenization of assets and the just tokenized mania, world mania gripping the banking and the financial institutions, because it's coming. It was said to have been on the way, and now it's finally here. The market cap is at $3.3 trillion right now, $129 billion in trading volume. Bitcoin at $104,000 again. Ethereum at $2,500 again. Solana had 147. Altcoins are not doing great. Every time Bitcoin dumps, altcoins dump a little bit more each time. So much so that ADA at 61 cents again. So much so that Toncoin is below $3. Like, it slipped so badly. Litecoin at $84. And Picoin is at 54 cents. I honestly don't think Picoin is going to survive this bear market. Once the bear market hits, Picoin is going to disappear. The $1 that it gloated with for a very short period of time was the peak, and I don't think Picoin is going to go anywhere. Based on a lot of stuff, a lot of the fundamentals that Picoin doesn't really have going for itself. That's basically what Picoin is going to see happen to it. And on the Bitcoin, on the daily Bitcoin, this is where we are right now. We're still in the channel between $109,000 from the previous all-time high and the Fibonacci retracement on 0.22236. So this is where we are. This is where we've been for the past while, since the establishment of the new all-time high at $111,000 and a retracement back down to $100,000. We've crawled up, Bitcoin's crawled up to this channel, to this stretch here between 109 and 104,000, and we've been moving along this line for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, over a week, just a bit over a week. On the weekly, we are printing, or Bitcoin's printing a second red week, and on the monthly, Bitcoin is still, actually no, the monthly candle is turning red right now. Oh, it's still green, but like, you can't see it. Like, it's a sliver of a candle. Check it out, it's a sliver of a candle on the monthly. So that's where we are. And like I said yesterday, until Bitcoin breaks above this resistance here at 109,000, there cannot be any talk of Bitcoin breaking out above that and continuing upwards. So the tokenization mania is kicking in hard. Coinbase wants SEC to greenlight tokenized stock trading, aiming to compete with Kraken and expand blockchain adoption. And of course, this is going to happen because Coinbase is everyone's favorite, and SEC will approve it one way or another at some point in time. Coinbase Nasdaq Coin, the largest US crypto exchange, is seeking regulatory authority from the Securities and Exchange Commission to offer tokenized equities, a move that could position it to compete with Robinhood and Charles Schwab. And all of that would be probably done on the Coinbase native blockchain, just as JPMorgan is doing presently, which I will get to in just a second. And the most bizarre thing that I've come across yesterday is the Trump mobile launches with 499 phone and bold made in the USA claim. Apparently, President Donald Trump's family company, the Trump Organization, has licensed its brand for a new US mobile service and smartphone called Trump Mobile, retailing at $499, another effort to monetize the Trump name. Yeah, this is now, it's getting a little bit ridiculous, I think. I mean, I don't know. I've seen these Chinese-made cheap knockoffs of phones. They're laughable. And so now, I don't even know if this is true or not, but there's another article from 99 Bitcoins. Trump phone fallout are mega scams holding crypto back a decade. This is a funky little meme, man. Backwash. Trump dropshipping his own unbranded gold and third world phone makes me question if I'm in a coma. First, we had the failed NFT launch, then the rug pull. Now a phone nobody asked for while the US-backed wars rage on. Say hello to the commander in Grift. I don't know if this is the actual phone or if this is just a kind of a, you know, invented imaginary thing what the phone might look like, but it's hilarious. I mean, who's gonna want a gold phone? I'm sure that some dummies will want to run around with a gold looking phone. What is the Trump phone offering? The phone is subtle, decked out in gold, American flag, and America, make America great again, engraved in its back side. It looks more like a campaign trophy than a budget Android. Specs: 6.8 inch AMOLED screen, 60 MP camera, 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, running Android 15 at $499. So this is pretty much standard what you see in most phones of this size, I think. But I don't know if that's true or not, if it's real, but I thought it was funny. Hilarious, as a matter of fact. And the SEC versus Ripple fiasco is coming to a conclusion. August 15th is the deadline for which the appeal is set. Ripple and SEC seek to pause appeal as they await ruling on 125 million escrow redistribution. XRP open interest surpasses 4 billion, showing active market participation despite legal delays. Spot XRP ETF approval odds dip to 88% with Grayscale and ProShares applications under review. Ripple and the US SEC have jointly filed a request to the US Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit asking to keep the ongoing appeal on hold. The update follows a June 17 post on X by defense lawyer James K. Fillon, which explained that both parties are awaiting the outcome of a motion for an indicative ruling from the district court. The SEC is requesting a $50 million penalty from the seized funds, while the remaining amount would be returned to Ripple. And Thailand is waiving crypto taxes for the next 5 years to boost digital economy, which means that if you are in a position to travel to Thailand, which I'm not, unfortunately, for many reasons, but I would love to, but trading crypto in Thailand, probably a good idea right now. Just make sure to long it. Don't short your Bitcoin right now. For the next 5 years, basically until the next bull run in 2029, you will not be charged taxes on your crypto gains, which is probably a good place to be for the time being, instead of going to Dubai, because Thailand's a lot more affordable. So there you go. Chill out on the beach and do your trading on the beach. Arthur Hayes warns Circle's IPO could ignite stablecoin mania bubble. I think that bubble has been in place since 2016. Yesterday, I talked about Andreas Antonopoulos, who basically predicted this exact thing happening in 2016. So Arthur Hayes is way late. And again, the internet just forgets. Things go into oblivion. And you know, whoever Arthur Hayes is, nobody cares. Andrea Antonopoulos was talking about that for the past 9 years. So whatever. And it is happening. It is happening because, like I said, JPMorgan pushes JPMD pilot on Base. The company or the financial institution that was shunning crypto and calling Bitcoin a pet rock and all that stuff is now releasing not a stable coin, or I guess a stable coin or some kind of coin to conduct settlements, financial settlements for institutions inside the bank, which is funny. It's highly hypocritical and actually quite cringe to watch. But JPMorgan Chase's foray into the blockchain ecosystem continues, with the financial institution choosing the Base network to pilot its newly launched deposit token. The pilot program was confirmed by Naveen Malila, an executive, whatever. A fixed amount of JPMD tokens will be transferred to crypto exchange Coinbase in the coming days. The transfer will be facilitated through Coinbase Layer 2 blockchain Base, which launched in 2023 and currently has the largest market share among Ethereum Layer 2, according to CoinGecko. The transactions will be denominated in US dollars, with additional currencies supported after regulatory approval is granted. So they're just hoping to scoop up a little bit more of that money that can be coming their way through the, I guess, relative ease of use of cryptocurrencies, or the blockchain rather, to settle payments. And so there you go. That's banks, institutional, financial, and financial institutions for you, greedy, grabby bastards. JPMorgan Chase to pilot stablecoin like JPMD for institutional clients on Base. So this is meant to be only for institutional investors. It's not meant to be used by retail, because forget retail. It's going to represent dollar deposits, and the token will be offered exclusively to institutional clients until a time when they'll be permitted to begin offering it to retail, of course, if there's enough money coming their way. VeChain Stargate launch could spark a major outbreak. What is the VeChain Stargate? VeChain native token VET is drawing renewed attention as the project prepares to launch its long-awaited Stargate program. The upcoming Stargate upgrade introduces protocol-level NFTs and new staking system. It reduces entry barriers for validators, increases staking rewards, and burns more VTHO, creating a deflationary environment that may boost demand and network value. On top of that, VeChain is partnered up with the likes of Dana White and the UFC. They've got also a bunch of other partnerships going on with OneChain. They've secured MiCA license for both VET and VTHO. And so there's a lot of happening. And with the addition with the Stargate and the NFTs, I guess we're going to be seeing a lot of UFC NFTs of UFC fighters and all that stuff coming on chain for VeChain, because everybody loves to have an NFT of a beat up UFC fighter. According to Be in Crypto, SLR, not rate cuts, could trigger the next crypto liquidity wave. The SLR, or supplementary leverage ratio, is a regulatory capital requirement that restricts how much exposure banks can have to certain assets, particularly treasuries. Loosening this rule effectively gives banks the green light to absorb more debt, increasing market liquidity without directly resorting to quantitative easing, which means that banks would be able to give out a lot more loans without the need for printing more money, essentially, because quantitative easing means precisely that. It just means that the money printers would be getting turned back on and more money would be put into circulation. But in the case of the SLR, that would not be the case. It would just mean that banks would be able to take on a lot more debt and give out more loans, which is what people need. And it looks like the days are numbered for Mr. Powell. His term is set to end in May of 2026 next year. So let's hope he doesn't cause too much havoc on the industry prior to his departure. That's it for this quick little update for today. Make sure to smash the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel, come back for more updates tomorrow on Thursday. Do pick up a Descent wallet. You can get a nice juicy discount with the purchase of 1 or 2 with the ref link below the video. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Happy hump day. See you tomorrow on Thursday. Peace.